Good evening. This will be a short broadcast titled The 4 Circles for a Healthy Brain. This was inspired by Dr. Daniel Hyman, who's a psychiatrist. He was doing an interview with Dr. Mark Hyman, and he was describing how he views a healthy brain in terms of 4 circles. The first one being biological, second psychological, third social, and the fourth spiritual. Now, psychological means the way we think. So if we're normally looking at everything in a negative way, that's going to affect our health and our brain. Social means who we are connected with most of the time. Are they positive people moving forward, confident, or are they negative people, which is not really healthy for us? And spiritual in this sense means that we have a purpose. We know why we're here, and I will get into how I define my own purpose in a later video. The main takeaway from this discussion is the biological part, because in my view, if the biological part of us is not healthy, we're going to have a lot of difficulty dealing with the other 3 circles. So the biological part really comes from a healthy lifestyle. And if you don't know what a healthy lifestyle is by now, I'll cover that more in greater detail in later videos. But I can just tell you this. Imagine if you were ever sick, had disease, or whatever the case might be. You know that it's very difficult to focus on anything else but the fact that you want to get well. So it's really important to give attention and to prioritize your biological health. So what does that mean? So that means that we are intended to know what the formula is for biological health, and we do know that formula. It's good nutrition, it's healthy water, it's exercise, sleep, and all of these things are easily disrupted by the environment, the society that we live in. So the air and the water and the food is filled with toxins and chemicals. Even if we buy some of the best food available, they're still influenced by toxins and chemicals. The other big thing that's influencing our health is our exposure to radiation from cell phones, Wi-Fi, cell towers, and so on. And this is a big deal. And I will spend more time on that radiation, which is even becoming more severe with the advancement or the push to install 5G. So back to biological health. If you're focused on your biological health, if you have a game plan for following a healthy lifestyle, you follow it, and you're overall healthy, you're going to more likely get better sleep, and that's going to allow you to think more positively about things that are going to come your way. And all of us have things that comes our way that we have difficulty, could have difficulty with if our biological strength, our brain health isn't right. So this is a very exciting area to think about, the 4 circles. So again, that's biological, psychological, how we think, social, who we're connected with, and whether they're overall positive or not, and spiritual, that is why we are here. What is our purpose? What is it that we are contributing while we spend this time on the earth? So with that, I'm going to always tie what I talk about into my business, my primary business. I'm a representative of Beamer, BEMER, that's bioelectric magnetic energy regulation. And the Beamer facilitates our biological health, and it actually helps us with our psychological health, because when we're on the Beamer, we have an opportunity to use, which I have meditation apps on my phone, and I use the 8 minutes in the morning, 8 minutes at night to focus on my mindset. So developing the mindset, that's part of how I do it. And there's other things that I do I could talk about at other times, but it's really, really valuable. It's highly valuable, and it protects us. Excuse me. It doesn't protect us. It corrects what goes wrong from our exposure to radiation from cell phones, Wi-Fi, and cell towers. So the energy regulation part of Beamer becomes extremely important when you understand the bombardment from the radiation, because the Beamer will correct that. It will rebalance our electrical systems. It will ground us to the Earth's crust. And when we're grounded to the Earth's crust, okay, that's when our brain and heart are operating properly. And it facilitates our sleep pattern, which we're intended to go into REM sleep and deep sleep about 60% of our sleep cycle. And the Beamer helps us do that. And it's during the sleep cycle that the heart and the brain and major organs are regenerating. So, you know, people say, Steve, you're always talking about the Beamer. Well, guess what? I know what it does. I know how it helps me. And I know how it helps a lot of other people. So, yes, I am talking about it. But I will tie that into what some of the other experts are talking about, just like I am in this particular video, linking it back to what Dr. Hyman is talking about and in his interview with Dr. Mark Hyman. I follow both those guys. I'm registered through their podcasts. I'm registered through their YouTube channels. These are some experts that it's really worthwhile following. And over time, you'll learn some of the other ones that I'm following as well. So I hope this is helpful to you. And I will leave some links, particularly to the interview with Dr. Hyman and Dr. Hyman in the notes to this particular video. And I hope it's helpful to you to think about how we can have a healthy brain. Most people are talking about how to be healthy. This particular video is focused on how to have a healthy brain. You have a healthy brain, I guarantee you that the rest of you is probably going to be pretty healthy as well. So see you again on the next video. You can count on more of these. I'm going to try to keep them really short. Already, I think this went longer than I intended, but we'll get better. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Have a good day. God bless.